and just give a little bit of insight on each of them. So, Boogie, I'll let you go first.
So the first topic is for the panel, or for us, was what was the favorite game you played this year? And my favorite game, and it's by a lot, was Horizon Zero Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
I played that game. I played it and played it and played it. I have the DLC. I actually haven't started on it because I've been busy with a whole bunch of other stuff. But I just had such a good time with the game. It looks good. The story is compelling. The characters are interesting. Even the acting was pretty good.
The voice acting,
yeah, the voice actor was pretty good, and I enjoyed the game. Sometimes I would just get in the game and run around and look at stuff and beat up some machine robot animals and look at some more stuff. But it was a fabulous game from start to finish. If you haven't played it, I implore you to play it. It's definitely a must get. A very, very good game.
Right. I agree with you 100%. The only reason I didn't pick it is because I saw that you picked it. But Horizon had to be one of my favorite games this year. Awesome soundtrack as well. The music,
yeah, the audio, yeah.
I did finally pick up the DLC, so I'm slowly making my way through that. But I've been playing so many games, I kind of lost the controls. I have to get back in the mode for it, because I fought the first monster. He whipped my ass. I was like, oh my goodness.
I bought the DLC. I haven't touched it. I've been jumping around. I've been jumping around in PUBG, Destiny, Assassin's Creed. I started Assassin's Creed.
Good.
What else? I got the DLC for Watch Dogs 2 finally, because it was like $12. So I've been playing that. I played some Madden now. I've just been like all over the place. I haven't settled on one thing, but and I don't want to spoil it by just jumping into it for 5 minutes and then not touching it. I just want to be able to sit down and play through it. So
I got you.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's so good.
This is good. My favorite game for the year, other than Horizon Zero Dawn and the other games that are on this list, was Assassin's Creed Origins. That was like a breakout hit for me, and it was something that I was missing. I felt like when I played that game, I was like returning to something that I had been missing for a very long time, because before Assassin's Creed Unity came out, I had been playing every single Assassin's Creed up to that point, like after they had released. I think we were already on Black Flag, and I started the series. So I had been binge playing every single Assassin's Creed, and when Unity came out, it was definitely underwhelming, and it kind of turned me off from the series. I thought that I was getting fatigued, or I was getting burned out. And then Syndicate, I got that, but at that point I was just kind of burned out. So that 2-year break from Assassin's Creed was definitely what I needed, because Assassin's Creed Origins came back in a major way. The combat is fluid and it's fun. I like everything that game did. It's a solid game, and play it on the hard difficulty, because it's freaking good. I haven't tried the Nightmare mode yet, and I do think I'm gonna get the season pass just so that I can play some more of it, because I love the story. The story was so well told.
Yeah, it's really compelling. I'm about 2.5 hours into it now, and I'm just leaving the first city actually, and it's definitely fun. I am enjoying it. Just like you said, it's something it's something in the library that I have been missing, because I Black Flag I played to death. I played the Liberation. What's it?
Liberation HD. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I played that, and I loved it, and this just reminds me of that. I don't have the ships, but just the immersion that I feel when I'm playing it. I like it. It's top notch for sure.
Yeah. All right. So then I asked O and Mount Lover what their favorite games of the year is. O said his favorite game that he played this year was Nioh, which is definitely a top contender for one of my favorites as well. Spent a lot of time with it. Team Ninja definitely came back in a major way to the sword play genre or whatever. Because it had been a while since we had a Ninja Gaiden, and then I was like, man, are we ever going to get anything like that? Nioh definitely shocked and surprised me in the best kind of way. I haven't gotten through all of the DLC yet, but I did finally beat the main campaign. Mount Lover said that his favorite game was Nier Automata, and I just picked it back up last week. And holy crap, that gameplay session was legendary, man.
Yeah,
that game is awesome.
I've heard good things. That's something I think I'm going to try. I want to try that.
Yeah.
Because I've heard nothing but good things about it, and it's kind of right. It's kind of up my alley. So it's something I might have to go out and grab and give it a play. I've watched UNO many nights on Neo all night, getting beat by giant dragons with 4 eyes.
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
But nasty monsters in there.
Yeah, it looks cool, but I don't know. It's
a fun game. It's fun if you're a hack and slash enthusiast like myself. All right, let's move on. We got the most disappointing games that we played this year. First up is Todd. What you got?
For Honor, by far. I had high hopes for that game. It was basically like if you took Street Fighter and put it in an arena with 4 and 4. It's basically a fighting game in a mobile arena.
Yeah.
And it's been rife with glitches,
bugs, connectivity issues, no bad balance. I mean, there's a guy that won a tournament using a glitch. Like he won like the $10,000 tournament using a glitch. Yeah.
It's horrible. And anytime you play any type of competitive online game, it always devolves to the lowest common denominator. The easiest character to use that's going to get you the kills the most, using whatever the spammy technique is, and that's what the game devolved into, and it's not fun.
Yeah,
and it's not because it wasn't a
poorly made or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not fun because the balance issues weren't taken into account, and the community sucks.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. My most disappointing game, yes, you are very correct, Garchomp, is Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces has to be the most disappointing game that I have played in a very long time. And it's not that I expected like the world out of this game. I just expected more than this. After what the past 2 releases, you would think that Sonic Team would put their best foot forward. The last 2 releases had been outsourced to 2 different companies. You had Sonic Boom, which was utter gutter trash, and then you had Sonic Mania, which was made by fans and had like the largest sales in the Sonic franchise in over a decade. So it's like, okay, we've handed out the IP to 2 different teams. One sucked at it. One did very well. Now it's time for Sonic to come home and we're going to do them right. And they didn't. They freaking dropped the ball, man. And Sonic Forces is just an underwhelming game. I expected more out of it. I don't know. I really am concerned that, the people in charge of Sonic Team right now just do not know what to do with their flagship IPs. And it's sad.
It sounds like they just need to give it to the fans because the fans know how to make the Sonic.
The fans know what the fans want, and Sonic Mania is proof of that. That game is glorious in every sense of the word.
I gave that to Amma, my 7-year-old, for Christmas. She got it. She loves it.
Oh God, I'm so
Sonic
happy.
Mania. Yeah, she likes it a lot. Yeah.
I'm so happy. Yeah. So Sonic Forces for me. For O, it was Gundam Versus. And this is a game that we actually tried out at when we went to Evo in 2017. We went there and we tried the game out, and it was very complicated. Like I feel like I need like an hour and a half just to get used to the controls.
That's one of the mech. That's the
mech fighter,
Robo-Mech game. Yeah, Robo-Mech fighter. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Mount Lover. His most disappointing game was Valkyria Revolution. So yeah, he said that was one of the most disappointing games that he's ever played ever.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that bad.
That bad. And he's looking forward to the next one. Hopefully they can bring him back because he's a hardcore Valkyria fan. He tried to get me into it as well.
That's 3, right? Valkyria 3.
4 is coming out.
Yeah, Chronicles 4. Yeah,
Chronicles.
Sega,
4.
Yeah, Sega just showed that off, right?
Yep. Okay, so surprise game that you enjoyed this year. Boogie,
Okay.
you're up first.
So this is a last minute change because I just got this game and PUBG. I mean, we've talked about PUBG a lot on the show. I'm pretty sure I might have said some negative things about it in the past. But I got on the game. I got it for the Xbox and I played it with a couple of our clannies, some friends other night, New Year's Eve, and man, it is fun. You would think it's not funny, like, oh, you're on the island by yourself, you run around, you collect stuff, and then you got to fight. But it is really fun, and some of the little subtleties, like if you're in the building, like one of the first tips I was told is like, if you go in the building, close the door, because if you don't,
If
somebody's gonna know you're there.
Yeah.
Yep. And I got shot in the back because I didn't close the door.
That's funny.
Yeah, I came out and like other stuff, like some of the audio cues are amazing. Like when you hear the cars outside, you're like, oh, I hear a car, I hear a bike. You know,
I hear somebody walking upstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty
yeah,
crazy.
It's pretty dope. I mean, graphics and all that stuff aside, and I like the fact that I love pretty, right? I always talk about how pretty, but this game isn't the prettiest game, but
No.
it doesn't matter. It's a fun game. You know what you're doing. I really enjoyed it. I was surprised I liked it as much as I did. Yeah, PUBG, there's a reason why it's so popular, and I understand fully why.
He sees it.
Yeah.
For me, my surprise hit was Divinity Original Sin 2. This is a game in a genre that I do not play at all. I do not normally play strategy games, but this is a strategy game that is co-op. So Mount Lover, my good friend, has been kind of just like helping me. Well, not helping me, but we've been like trudging through this game together. The story has to be one of the most enriching experience that I've ever experienced before. It's super compelling, and we're playing a lone wolf style because you can have up to a party of like I think like a party of 4, but it's just me and him. So we have to take on like these different roles or whatnot, and man, like you can get lost in the side quests. It's in the same vein as Skyrim, where you would just walk around and you would just be like introduced into like a conflict between some people, and it just takes you into this like multi-hour long like adventure. But there was only a side quest. There's a ton of that, and like man, like the abilities that you get, it's a fun game, a breakout hit, and it was an indie game, so that just shows you something right there, man. Yeah. So that was my breakout hit. He said his breakout hit was Cuphead. It was something that he wasn't really looking forward to because before he said that it was. He had only seen images, so he liked the art, but he didn't really know where the gameplay was going. But once he got his hands on it, he was like, yeah, this is something special. So definitely Cuphead for O. And for Mount Lover, I wish he was here to talk about it, but he said that his breakout hit was Doki Doki Literature Club for PC. And if you missed it, me and Mount Lover, we did a live stream during our 12-hour horror streamathon of Doki Doki Literature Club, and it had to be some of the most fun that I have ever had with a game that I was so afraid of. just Monica.
Doki, so what?
Oh,
it's a horror game.
Boogie, you got to play it, man.
Oh, really?
You got to play it. It's free. It's free, and if you play it, you got to stream it. You have to. Please, and you'll thank me later.
You set me up.
No, you will thank me later, my boy. You got to play it. I'm not going to give away any more than that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next category, and this is the biggest story of 2017. Boogie, you go first because I'm going to change mine. So go ahead, you go first.
This story is the EA story. EA Star Wars Battlefront 2, the loot box debacle.
Yeah.
And we know all year, we've known for years, loot boxes have been creeping into games, and that's the way publishers and developers have been monetizing us, so they can support their games, make new games, add new content, so on and so forth. Yeah. But the thing is, the way EA implemented it, the fact that it was directly tied into progression, is directly tied into unlocking characters. You can play 40 hours, you can buy the character essentially, and the fact that it was Star Wars had mainstream media. Yeah, thank you, Donald Trump, for that bullshit.
Oh God.
had mainstream media looking at gaming, like at this, because if it wasn't Star Wars, nobody would really, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal. Because I mean,
Right.
Destiny is doing the same nonsense, if not worse. But you hear it inside the gaming community, especially in the Destiny community, but you don't hear it outside of it. But because this was Star Wars, it's shown such a light on it that quite literally Congress or lawmakers got involved in it and started looking into what is actually going on here.
Right. And in other countries, they've already called it gambling, and they're looking for bans right now. They're seeking bans.
Right. So, I think that was a huge story. It cropped up at the end, like, when Battlefront, so that was just October, beginning of November. But I think it dominated the last 6 to 8 weeks of the news cycle of the year. And it's going to continue to be an issue, especially with new games coming out. And like we said, we talked about Red Dead Redemption and 2K, and the CEO of 2K explicitly stated that is their business model going forward, is monetized via loot boxes and in-game microtransactions.
Yeah, so yeah, this is a story that's definitely not going to quit. Definitely one of the biggest stories, and I had put the same thing, but there was another story that cropped up that was not as important, but it was just as impactful, and that was Disney's purchase of 21st Century Fox, and what that means what that means for video games going into the future, right, in my opinion. Because I'm a huge Marvel fan. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm wearing my Punisher thermal right now.
Did you watch it? Did you watch
the series? Yeah. I haven't finished it. That shit's dope though. That shit is real.
Yeah,
that shit's real.
Brutal.
Yeah. But I think this could possibly mean that we get a lot more X-Men and Marvel games, like, because there's been a short supply of AAA Marvel games, because lately they haven't really been doing all that well. A lot of the movie tie-in games from back when the Marvel Cinematic Universe started were gutter trash.
The only good one was actually, believe it or not, was Deadpool. The Deadpool game got really good reviews.
I played Deadpool. It was okay. It didn't do anything special for me. One movie tie-in game from the Fox series was the Wolverine Origins game.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that shit really was
good.
dope.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite movie tie-in games ever.
That was a 360 game, right?
Yeah. That shit's real. But yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to more video games with some of my favorite comic book characters. Everybody's been trying to play it, safe and play it, cool when it comes to video games featuring superheroes, but these guys are just ripe for video games, man. It's they were made for video games, man. And
to be quite honest, with this purchase, I expect to see, and you better do another Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, we need games like that, man. We need superheroes. We need superheroes in the forefront in the next couple of years, man. Yeah. Because where Spider-Man has always had a game every year or so. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen an X-Men game since X-Men Destiny, and that game was gutter trash.
We haven't seen a good Marvel game from anything. For any of their, from Wolverine to X-Men to Avengers to Iron Man, we haven't seen a good one in quite a long time.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to see a good game come out. It doesn't matter if it's one character or many. It would just be nice to see. And I'm not counting Spider-Man, because that was already known and being released. We know about that. But something else,
Yeah.